Good evening. The time is now 7 p.m. I'd like to call this Board of Selectmen meeting to order for October 24th, 7 p.m. I ask you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item B, roll call.
Art Gagnon.
Chuck Gardner.
Kevin Cunningham. Item C, approve the meeting minutes from Board of Selectmen meeting from October 11th, 2022.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes for 10/11/2022.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item D, public comment. Anybody from the public wishes to speak, now is the time to do so.
John Peterson, I'd like to suggest that we make a line item and figure out a way in the budget to add some training for all new board members coming on after the elections. Robert's Rules, Ethics, and FOIA, please.
Thank you, Sean. I do want to give a response to that right now because I can. We don't have to. And I'll explain why. After the suggestion at the last Board of Finance meeting, I went back and sent a message over to CCM asking if they can do the courses, if they have them available. And I will be sending them out to all the chairs individually. They have been doing a lot of video conferencing, so they copied some of their videos. So now they are available through CCM. Everything except FOIA. FOIA, I've actually sent a message over to Tom Hennick, who's away on vacation until the 1st of November. When he comes back, we'll see if we can do what we did before, which is a video conference as well. And we'll see if we can get that available. But we'll invite all of the chairs and any member that would like to come.
I would think it's more important to plan for it after the next election cycle when we have new board members. I think it's most important at that point, so that they don't come in blind.
I think we've had an issue, so I think it would be prudent now.
Okay, that's fine.
Any other comments from the public?
Tom Sinkowitz. Question on a section of the budget that was in regards to a sound system. I remember it being discussed earlier this year during the budget season, and there's money allocated for it. I'm curious, is that something that we're still looking to get available here at the town hall?
Yep.
And just what's the status on that?
I'm still looking at different companies to try to get a cheaper rate for it. I did have the initial look at that I think it was $38,000 for it, but I'm looking for something a little more economical. I'm looking at different towns. Right now there's a couple of towns that I've been to. The town halls are set up a little differently, so I'm working with those towns to see what they had for pricing, how they did. There was an ECOG meeting we went to Putnam, and they had a great system set up, but I wanted to find out the cost, how much does it take to run it. And they did theirs via their meeting was done as a dual, such as a in-person, but also so they can actually stream it. So they had people that were working from their own town halls or home, people to call in on it. So I've got to look at more of the details to it, but at the max it would have been $38,000. I'm looking at the actual price to see when it can be done as well.
Okay.
Any other comments from the public? Hearing none, we can go into E, which is old business. We have none. Item F, new business. Consider an act on tax refunds as requested by the tax collector totaling $408.18. I'm going to pronounce the name wrong, I'm sure, but Diane Doroco is $107.08. Alley Financial $221.21. Brian Sumner is $8.41. Arthur Gagnon $71.48.
I'll have to recuse myself.
Okay, so hearing a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept
I
and
will,
refund taxes in the amount of $408.18.
thank you, and I will second that. And all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, motion passes. Item 2, discuss and vote on awarding the sand bid to the town of Plainfield. If you notice on the new business item 2, there was an invitation. I copied the invitation to bid from the Turnpike buyer in there. We also have an attachment to 2 companies who would be willing to provide sand bids to the town. And of course, there's 2 different ways to do it. One is which would be a delivery and one is for pickup. The two companies are listed here as Wyndham Materials for $22 delivered, $14 for pickup, and Desjardins for $12.50 delivered and $14 pickup. In keeping with the past request, we were asking for them to be delivered. So that's why all the prices are there, but it'll be whatever's in the motion.
So,
Yep, that's what we're having a problem with all the time.
seems pretty clear to me that it's a clear winner here in terms of the amount of supply and also the business that we retained last year. I'm not aware of any problems with it.
None.
So I would make a motion that we award the bid to Desjardins again.
For the delivery price is
Delivery price of $12.50 and a pickup price of $9.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 3, discuss and act on disbanding the Charter Revision Commission. They have definitely served the town of Plainfield well. As you know, in the November ballot, you'll see that there'll be 4 questions from the town, and that is where we stand right now. There's no more business that they can do, so this will probably be the time that we entertain motions to disband, effective 10/24/22.
Make that motion to expand the Charter Revision Commission
Okay.
effective 10/24/22.
I will second.
Thank you very much. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
On item number 4, you'll see that there's a discussion act on appointing a new member to the Ethics Commission. There's a letter there from Mr. Sugarman, it was a while ago. I've been trying to get hold of him, in contact with him. I was lucky enough to get in touch with him, and he said he was definitely interested. So that letter would stand for the final spot for Ethics Commission. So if you do make that motion, it would be a motion to appoint David Sugarman to the Ethics Commission with a start date of 10/25/22, and an extending, here's the caveat there. We're working on all of the boards and commissions online. We believe we're 3/4 of the way there. There's two boards we have to go back to the history on. But this position, by the way, would be something, it's a 4-year position. So, yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, I would suggest that we put the start date of 10/25/22 and then include it up to the January 2nd of 2027, because that's when the 4-year term technically would end up.
27.
I'm sorry, yeah, I believe it is a 5-year term, so it's 27.
Yeah, what day is it?
January 2nd.
Check the chart on that one. Does it not go to the next regular election?
We could do it that way, but you can also go to the full extension. It's fine either way. I mean, we're going to have to go back January 2nd of this year. It's the first meeting, actually the last meeting in December. I'm going to get you a list of all the people we have to do annually to put back on appointed boards and commissions. So if you want to do that way, that's also fine, to have a start date of 10/25/22 and going to January 2nd of 2023. That's okay.
I think it's just, yeah, I have to research.
Good housekeeping.
Do we have to word it that way either way, right? We just don't.
Usually when you make the motions, we have to make it with the dates, start date, and extend it to the end of the year. So it would be a motion for 10/25/22 start, extending to the January 2nd, 2023.
Do you know what position and what political affiliation
It says in the letter,
it's looking for?
he said he was a Democrat.
If you know, so I need to know. It's the same position that's being filled, right?
Yes.
Make a motion to appoint David Sugarman to the Ethics Commission starting 25 October 22 to 2 January 23.
Motion has been made.
Stay with the one with the money.
Yep, that's okay.
Go illegally.
Motion to appoint David Sugarman from 25 October 22 to January 23.
Okay. I will second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Well, anything else that anybody has for other? I just wanted to do one. Just want to follow up from last meeting. We mentioned there were a couple of events coming up, and also mentioned the Lions Park project, which we are starting on, and we're working together to get the water, sewer, and electric all tied in together. So you would ask a question about can we have a public hearing on it and also a vote. So that would, and I mentioned before. Well, you did mention it to me one time, a vote. So I just wanted to let you know that that is not how we're going to be approaching that. It's not really an appropriate way to do it, because the Board of Selectmen were actually voted to go forward with the project as a whole. So that's why I just wanted to mention, it's not so, if we bring it to Steve saying, oh, we said we're going to do certain things, and then we're going to pull it back. That's not what we put the actual grant in for, so just wanted you to know. There's nothing else going on right now. Or the end of your items, there will be the trunk or treat. Any kids items would be very, very helpful. It's on the town Facebook page to show you what we're looking for. So that's something that's coming up very soon, 29th. I don't think there's anything else at this point, so I would entertain a motion at this point to adjourn.
Should we adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 7:12.